Well, both these type of clauses, principal clause and subordinate clause, are very important. If at all you want your speech to be very effective and fascinating, because a blend of these these type of clauses is very imperative, because a good write-up is a blend of these type of clauses, because simple sentences can be very effective as they at once grip listeners attention or readers attention, but an excessive use of such sentences, simple sentences, may make you sound a bit childish. Well, after having understood what is a complex sentence, which is made of, no doubt, both type of clauses, principal clause as well as, subordinate clause. Now, let's know more about subordinate clauses, because when we learn clause, in fact, we are more concerned about subordinate clause, because we need to know them in detail, because there are three types of subordinate clauses. They are noun clause, adjective clause, and adverbial clause. Let's begin with the first kind of clause, subordinate clause, that is noun clause. So, as the name sounds, a group of words which contain a subject and a predicate of its own does the work of a noun in a sentence is called a noun clause. So simply, a group of words that is used in that sentence and it is doing the work of a noun means it is just a function. It function as a noun. It's called a noun clause. So, for example, we can say that I cannot say that he will go for a walk. Here we have a subordinate clause, that is that he will go for a walk. Here, this clause can be replaced by a noun. If you want to know that whether it is doing the work of a noun or adjective, or it is used as an adverb, for that you can replace it just to know it, which type of action it is doing here. So you can replace the entire clause by a noun. So I cannot say it. I can't say it. You can replace it by a noun or pronoun. I can't say this. So it means that he will go for a walk is a noun clause. And also you can know noun clause by placing the question on the verb what, kya. That means I cannot say what you cannot say means it is doing the work of a noun. Here it functions as a noun simply, and this is a noun clause. That you disrespect teacher is wrong. Here the subordinate clause is that you disrespect your teachers is wrong. Now the entire clause, these words, that you disrespect your teacher, can be replaced by simply a noun or a pronoun. This is doing the job of a noun. Therefore, it is a noun clause. What you said is not true. What you said is not true. Again, what you said does the job of a noun. I like what you play. What you like? I like what you play. I like it. You can replace it. I like Ram. I like Hanuman. I like Hanuman. So you can replace the entire clause by a noun. So it's doing the job of a noun. So this type of clause can be used as an object, as a subject. In number of positions it can be used. So overall, the clause that does the work of a noun is is called a noun clause in that sentence. So let's discuss the second type of clause that generally we use, that is adjective clause. A group of words which contain a subject and a predicate of its own. Here it does the work of an adjective in a sentence. When it does the work of an adjective in a sentence, simply it is called an adjective clause. And we know what is an adjective, because earlier I said that unless until you know in detail this part of speech like noun, adjective, adverb, you may not be able to understood fully or thoroughly this chapter, because it is primarily concerned with all these part of speech. So for example, this is the man who was singing on the stage yesterday. So the clause, subordinate clause is here, who was singing on the stage yesterday. The entire clause, these group of words are going to qualify the noun that is used before it, that is the man. This is the man. The entire clause qualifies that very noun which is used before. So in the next example, this is the place where she was born. This is the place where she was born. So the subordinate clause, where she was born, is going to tell us about the place, something about the place. Okay, I know the reason why he has come here. Now, why he has come here, tell us about the reason. Then this is the way, how we get to. This is how we get to. So all these words like man, place, reason, way, they are nouns. And the clauses that are used after these nouns are going to qualify the noun that is used before them. So this is what is called adjective clause. Adjective clause, also known as an adjectival clause. You know, in English, some people call it as adjectival clause or an adjective clause. So it can be used generally at the end of the sentence or in the middle of a sentence, breaking the principal clause into two parts. Like there is another example. The bus he boarded yesterday was luxurious. Now here we have a main clause, that is the bus was very luxurious. This is the main clause, but it is broken into two parts by a subordinate clause, that is he boarded yesterday. This clause, tells us something about the bus. Okay, it qualifies the bus. Okay, this is an adjectival clause, and but in this sentence it is used in middle position, just breaking the main clause into two parts. And another example here, the principal clause, is the bus is very luxurious, is broken into two parts. So, well, here it is also to be noted that sometimes relative pronouns and relative adverbs like where, when, how, many, with which an adjective clause begins, remains hidden, and their use is very restrictive. Like in the above sentence, the use of a relative pronoun which is hidden here. I will also again I am going to reread the same example. The bus he boarded yesterday was luxurious, very luxurious. So now here the bus which he boarded, the word which is a relative pronoun, is missing here, is hidden rather, or there is no need to pronounce it. There is no need to say this word. The bus he boarded yesterday was very luxurious. So many times it happens that the relative pronouns or relative adverb that we use in the beginning of these subordinate clauses remain hidden. Well, and the last one, that is the third type of clause, that is adverbial clause, a group of words which contain a subject and a predicate of its own and does the work of an adverb in a sentence is called an adverbial clause. Here, what type of work it does? It does the work of an adverb. So when the entire clause does the work of an adverb, it is called adverbial clause. Very simple. So I reached after the show was over. Look at this subordinate clause, after the show was over. It tells us about the time of our reaching there. I reached after the show was over. Time adverb. The entire clause, subordinate clause, does the work of an adverb. Wait here till I come back. Till I come back. This subordinate clause again does the work. It tells us about the time. Up to which time, up to what time I am to wait here. You can stay where they lived. Where they lived. Here, where they lived tells us about the place of our stay. So in the next, we place so that we may stay fit. So that we may stay fit. So that we may stay fit. This subordinate clause tells us about the purpose of our playing. It is an adverb of purpose, or you can say adverbial clause of purpose. And then in the next example, you see, I walked as you instructed me. As you instructed me, I walked. Well, adverb of manner. So in these clauses, all of these clauses do the job of an adverb. So they are the adverb. So they are called adverbial clause. So in all these sentences, we know the kind of subordinate clauses are used, and they do the job. They do the job of an adverb. So therefore, they are adverbial clause. So this is all about these three type of clauses, subordinate clauses. Because as I have earlier said that when we learn the topic of clause, in fact we learn the topic of subordinate clause, because here we are more concerned about subordinate clauses, and there are three type of subordinate clauses, like a noun clause, adjective clause, and adverbial clause. And all of these type of clauses have been very important in our speech. After having understood these type of clauses, you need to know more about these clauses, how you can reduce them to minimum possible limit, because they can further be reduced in terms of words you use in your speech, because sometimes we can remove certain relative pronouns or relative adverbs that are, in fact, they are linking these clauses with the main clause. These are the words used as subject in subordinate clauses, but sometimes we can even remove them, and without sounding them, we can make ourselves more proficient, and we may have more fluency in our speech. We can acquire more fluency in our speech without speaking these relative pronouns or relative adverbs. So in the next lecture, we will learn how we can reduce these clauses to that very possible limit. So far, I think I hope all of you have understood my lecture, and at the end of this lecture, I have an exercise for you, and do this exercise so that you can judge yourself up to which extent you have been able to understood this topic, these type of clauses. And the exercise is flashed on your screen, and I have given you 10 sentences which are incomplete sentences, and you need to complete them by using different type of clauses. Complete the following sentences by using suitable clauses, and in all these 10 sentences, you need to use all the three type of clauses that you have learned. Well, at the end, thank you all for watching my video. We'll meet again next time. Till then, goodbye.